On to milk. Now, a lot of people ask me about milk. Is it okay to drink milk? Well, let's think about this. Where does milk come from? It comes from cows or goats or a few other animals. Milk is intended for baby mammals to grow up big and strong and quickly. Milk is not intended for adults. We don't have milk. We're the only species, if you think about it, that actually drink milk from another mammal. Think about that for a minute. Is that really good for our bodies? Sure, it contains calcium and it's a good source of protein, although nothing compared to the other types of protein we've looked at already. But milk actually contains quite a bit of sugar, and milk, especially soy, can raise estrogen levels in male, which is the female sex hormone, compared to our male sex hormone, testosterone. Now, of course, if you're in the gym trying to build big, strong, lean muscles, the last thing you want to be doing is putting the female sex hormone in your body. That said, a little bit of milk is okay. I certainly wouldn't go drinking glassfuls of it every day, but if you do have your cereal, it's perhaps okay to have a little bit of milk on there. With the oatmeal, I use that with water, and it tastes just fine. Sure, you can add butter and milk and sugar like your mum used to, or certainly my mum did, but once you've done it a few times with water and you sweeten it with some certain spices such as cinnamon or nutmeg, you really forget about that taste of milk. If you do go for milk, make sure you get a low-fat milk and get natural organic, so you don't get any of these pesticides or additives that, you know, some of the farmers, let's be honest, put in there. So 2% low-fat milk is probably the best choice if you have to drink milk, but really you should be limiting the amount of milk you drink. Here's a few things that I add into my meals just to make it that little bit more tasty, because let's be honest, eating lean turkey, chicken or white fish with steamed vegetables and baked yams and brown rice can get a little bit tedious from time to time. How do we spice things up? Well, it's in the name that we do that, spice. Let's have a look at some spices. What type of spice? Well, really, that comes down to your preference. I would just recommend that you choose one that has a low sodium. Take these, for example. These have salt-free, meaning they have no sodium. Again, sodium or salt is another thing that we want to keep low in our diet. We don't want to have too much salt in our diet. Another way that you can add a little bit more flavor to your foods are with herbs. Now, there's, again, a lot of different herbs that are going to be 0 calorie, no protein, carbs and fats, and add a lot of flavor to meats or other vegetables that you can have on salads. There's a whole host of different meal options that you can add spices and herbs to add some flavor in. Italian seasoning, for example, mixed with some chives or some basil. These work great on steamed vegetable. I add this to my chicken before I cook it or I bake it. Make sure you have these in your cupboard, because you have limitless, endless possibilities to different flavor concoctions that you can make for each of your meals.